And that's why probably the only way to fight this is to have a world war where we eliminate half the population. And I've thought about it, and I think, unfortunately, what I've come to is that in order to kind of reverse the tide and get people to remember what is important, we have to have a world war where we eliminate 3.5 billion people. I don't think that there's another way to do it. When I look at the rise of identity politics and how troubling that is, the only course of action that I could think of would be a world war that would eliminate half the population in a period of 24 months. How many people live on Earth? 7.5 billion? That needs to be whacked in half. Population data of Earth, 8.3 billion people. 4 billion of those people need to die in the next 24 months. And I don't say this lightly, and I don't say this to try to be a negative, a Debbie Downer, whatever. I'm saying quite accurately, and I think this has been decided, I don't think I'm breaking news, 4 billion people will have to be killed over the next 24 months so that we can finally start to get back to what matters here. And I think that's the only way to do it. I thought about it in different ways. I thought about it's like, well, we could make turkey more affordable. What are we doing, Eliminate half the population in a global war. A global war. I mean, a James Cameron Avatar-style war where 4 billion people are vaporized. We're going to use nukes. We're going to use nuclear weapons and hypersonic missiles and hydrogen bombs. And large swaths of the planet are going to be uninhabitable for a period of time. But not all of them. Not all of them. In fact, lots of the planet will be just fine. And there's a lot of underground bases that people have been kind of getting ready for this type of event. This is the type of reset we need. Again, I don't want people to get mad at me for this because every time I say this, when you go to dinner with people and they say, what do you think happens? And I go, I think, quite honestly, we have to eliminate half the world's population in the next 24 months. You would not believe the attitude that you get. Truly, the judgment. And I don't want any of that. I'm simply telling you that with 8.3 billion people all doing their own thing, that's kind of run out. But we can't kill everyone. So we need to eliminate half. And listen, am I open to more than half? Yes. Yes. 8.3 billion people. If we could get rid of, hear me out, 4 to 6 billion people in the next 24 months, and we were left with 2 billion people in a mix of underground and overground, kind of like solariums and kind of nice areas, and we restarted agriculture and technology and all this stuff. We're not going to lose all of that either. We have it. But we just, raw materials-wise, just really kind of eliminated many of the people on the globe, 4 to 6 billion people. And how would we do it? A nuclear war with China immediately. Not immediately, but within a month. And we do a nuclear war with China. Europe will be destroyed, we'll be destroyed, they'll be destroyed. It would destroy most of life on Earth. And that would just, again, this would be a kind of nice reset. And listen, 5 years from now, the people that are left, and it's not going to be all of us. It might not be me, but the people that are left are going to really appreciate, because no one at that point, when literally half to 3/4 of the world's population was just vaporized, incinerated, died horrible deaths. I mean, people walking around, glowing green, nuclear, you know what I mean? Bad. Once that happens, on the other side of this, people are really going to come together. And they're going to realize that, there's enough resources for everyone. Then, not now, then they will realize there's enough for all of us. There's enough for all of us. And it's going to be amazing. But we just have to get on with that. And I know that's going to be a period of hardship for a lot of people. And my heart goes out to most of them. And it will require the near destruction of all life on Earth.
My vet just told me